Greetings, beloved multiversal soul familia. Welcome back. It is approaching noon today, where I am currently located. It is 3/3/2025. And I'm hearing all this hustle and bustle about the 3/3 portal. So, in another video, I may go into that a bit more. In this video in particular, I would like to invite you to break fast with me. And we're going to discuss quote unquote lineage. 111 on the timer as I said that. And this is going to be a multi-video mini-series, including where I'm going to share a little bit more about myself as well, without making that the primary focus. It's going to be for both entertainment and educational purposes, but also a kind of a get to know me type of mini series as well. And so, before we get started on the whole lineage topic, it's been placed on my heart to share some changes that I've been making recently in how I break fast, beginning with foods that are rich in vitamin C and other nutrients and vitamins, and then moving along to potassium, carbs, and heavy protein. In order to get going on that regimen, I have been beginning with either oranges or my favorite is grapefruit. Although I am aware that it may affect some medications when you're on them. So be sure to do your own research on when to and when not to consume grapefruit. And then today I'm going to be following that with 1 hard-boiled egg, split and seasoned, as well as 2 small red potatoes sliced into raw potato chips. And there is a ton of tahini and a squeeze of lemon, or a squeeze of lime juice rather, and Tony's Creole seasoning just on the egg, and then the potatoes are also seasoned with tahini. And aside from that, I've been really just tuning into my body per usual. And just really like tuning into my needs as they arise. Otherwise, I've just found it, of course, important to have some kind of balance in mind. And I'll go into more details on what all of that is at another time. In this particular video, I just wanted to share how I've been tuning into my body and how I've been craving things or reaching for things that I didn't used to reach for, or at some time wasn't able to reach for. And eggs is one of them. I've had to reintroduce myself to eggs, no matter how they're prepared, unless they're baked into something. We'll just say I had some issues going on with that, and had eliminated that from my diet until I had the confidence to gradually reintroduce them. For all of you vegans out there, I don't mean to cause any disruptions in your mindset or in terms of your ego. But yes, I do consume some meats, but I do tend to lean more towards, what vegans consider meat supplements when they're really just other food sources of their own. No need to give them nicknames like fake chicken or fake beef or anything like that. I also like to explore new food options or new to me food options every once in a while, which I highly recommend that you consider experimenting a bit as well. My body almost tells me exactly what it needs, but it comes more like you need more water, or you need more protein, or you need more carbs, or you need more balance on your plate, and then I'll just know what to make. So it's interesting how that works when you really are tuned into yourself and your body and those needs. So yeah, that's what we have going on. So I'm going to sit here and snack while we also go into Lineage. And what I'll be sharing with you first goes way back. And I'm not talking about a few generations. Alright, but before I get into that, I realize I did not grab a cloth for a napkin. So give me just 1 second. Alright, here we go. Yeah, my cushion decided to slide across the chair. Alright, so first things first, I'm going into the Ramayanas. The yanas of the third primal sound field. Reading from the Emerald Covenant teachings. I will be more specific about the resources at the end or towards the end of the video. The triadic level of the energy matrix, third individuation of source. Also called the amethyst order yanas or violet flame yanas. The Brno order founder races, 3 eternal gestalt of consciousness projected by the yanas to form the 3 primal light fields, the Ki Rasha of dimensions 13, 14, and 15 in our 15-dimensional time matrix. The density 5 antimatter spherical thermoplasmic conscious light radiation fields of the Ki Rasha are the point of consciousness entering manifestation in the form of light radiation. Also called Rishi, solar Rishi, Metaterrestrials, or collectively the three founder races of consciousness, our universal family of consciousness, or the universal trinity. Now, this might bruise a few egos, but of the three highest orders, the blue, gold, and violet rays, there is no patriarchy, there is no hierarchy. Nobody is better than the other. I'll share more about the blue and gold at another time, but since I'm sharing a bit more about myself and my own lineage in this particular session, we're going to remain focused on the Ramayanas. Moving along. Emerald Order Elohai Elohim, first light manifestation of Source consciousness, projected from the blue flame Grandiana's Akatic energy matrix sound field. Seated Anuhazi, feline hominid Elohai Elohim Christos founder races 950 billion years ago on density 4, D12 pre-matter planet Lyra Aramintina via Universal Star Gate 12, the royal house of Aramintina. I'm going to say that again. The royal house of Aramintina. Ioni Grail line and Orifim Turanesium Angelic Human Grail line primary founders. Density 5 MC Ioni Master Council appointed by Yanas as primary guardians of our time matrix. Founders of the IS Dimensional Interdimensional Association of Free Worlds, Azurite Universal Templar Security Team, and Guardian Alliance Universal Service Organizations, and the Emerald Covenant Co-Evolution Agreement of 950 billion years ago. And this right here is why I mentioned there is a difference between the Galactic Federation and the Guardian Alliance. So, allow me to take just a moment to take another bite of my fruit. Okay, moving along to the next section. Okay, here we are. So, charter members of the IS Dimensional Interdimensional Association of Free Worlds, Guardian Alliance Universal Service Organizations, appointed as custodians of fallen draconian race rehabilitation efforts. So, when I mentioned being indigo and being also a host, this comes from the Pegasi avian horse deer lineage, and part of my soul contract is to host Specifically for me, and it varies, but specifically for me, I agreed to host from the Archangel Michael Matrix. So, part of my mission to be here is to help a fallen being from the Archangel Michael Matrix restore their 12th strand. Do keep in mind, it's not actually me, Sissy, okay? It is higher selves from other dimensions doing this type of collaboration in our bodies to relearn and reactivate dormant DNA. So the pressure is on to a degree. So, and the reason why I'm fascinated with this red heart with the rose is because the Archangel Michael Matrix comes from the Ruby Order. So it's like Ruby Order Emerald Covenant defectors that many of us strategically placed in different parts of the world are all working to, well, we're working together to a degree, but also, like, when you understand your assignment and your mission, it's like there are some of us working to restore the 12th strand to the Archangel Michael Matrix. There are some working to restore the 12th strand to the Ashtars. And many different parts of the Galactic Federation as well. Because the Anu, the aforementioned, and the Anu Melchizedeks and the Pleiadian Nubarunian Anunnaki were responsible for the manipulation and digression of the earthly angelic human lineage since 25,500 BC. In 1992, there was a Syrian-Pleiadian agreement formed. And some beings from these groups temporarily joined the Emerald Covenant and entered the Guardians' July, I think that's supposed to say 5th, July 5th, 2000 Treaty of Altair. September 12th, 2000, the majority of these groups defected the GA Signet, which is Galactic Alliance. Council S. Alcyon Council to join the United Resistance with Draconian Fallen Angelic Legions in promotion of the Earth Pole Shift agenda. Some groups accepted amnesty contracts from the Galactic Alliance, remaining in the Emerald Covenant. It's very difficult for humans to detect what agenda affiliation these groups may have now. So caution is advised in contact or channeling communication. This is why this is something I'm very careful about doing. I rarely do. And there are specific techniques for shielding that have to be in place. And I'm just going to leave that part alone from there. Moving along. We're almost 20 minutes in already. So a lot went on. We'll just put it this way. Clearly, they failed. Okay, they meaning the Pleiadian, Nibiruian, Anunnaki, fallen angelic legions intended to use SG4 and Battlestar Nibiru to create a pole shift between 03 and 08. The Armageddon drama that the Amenti, excuse me, that the angelic legions, the fallen angelic legions, desire to manifest. So these SGs are under guardianship, directed through the Sirius B Maharaji Council of Azerline, the Lyrian High Council, and the Inner Earth Bernoa and Melchizedek Cloister human race. Shambhali and some Rama mixed cloister human races, and the Ayani Grail line races of Inner Earth. Inner Earth is presently caught up in the surface Earth drama. United Resistance is focusing most of its attention on attempting to seize the Inner Earth protected stargates from Guardian protection. The outcome is yet to be determined and will be greatly influenced by humanity's participation in this drama. Okay. Now, give me just one moment while I go to specifically more on the amethyst order. So I'm going to pause right about now. All right. So, the amethyst order, Solar Rishik Braharama, aquatic races, are parents to the violet flame Azurite Ascended Masters, and thus have been instrumental in ongoing negotiations and meetings with assorted fallen species, as well as instigating various genetic healing strategies while carrying out the Emerald Covenant. Specifically busy with recent captures and defectors. Recent events in Lyra have further highlighted the role of the cosmic pink diamond sun Lion lineages, which seem to be the forefathers of the Merlin Azurites, the Metatron sun, and Pegasi races in the Pegasus constellation. Now do you see why I keep insisting that you can't skip an entire age? Everyone thinks we're going into the age of Aquarius. No, we are in the age of Pegasi. It's as though all of this has been intentionally removed from our history, our lineage, and our memories. But I know one thing. If you look up and you know what you're looking for and you know what you're looking at, and you look in between the Pisces constellation and the Aquarius constellation, there is part of another constellation right there. You can't miss it. You can't miss it. It looks like, well, to us, it would look like a horse turned upside down on its back. like a little stickman horse type thing, though. Yeah. So it's there. It's there. And so to go a little bit further in terms of the Brahorama, this has revealed more of the cosmic Elohai, father principle forms, such as those represented as the Greek gods of the sea, like Poseidon, Neptune, and mer people. These extended into mer horses, mer deer, winged pegasi, as well as different forms of aquatic flora and fauna we would consider to be sea creatures, seashells, and sea urchins. Thus, current events of the Christos mission have brought to our attention the role of the pink diamond Elohai, mer-lion races, seashells, and sea urchins. Well, we're going to read a little bit more about the pink diamond Elohai. I can feel it running and coursing through my veins. Let's move along. Ooh. Something about saying that out loud felt like an activation just occurred inside of me. Belief is the strongest force in all the multiverses. And so, yes, that these races have come into our time matrix to reunite and gather the Elohai Mer lineages through the 11D through 12D layers of the Pegasus constellation's alpha star Markab. Let's read a little bit about Markab. Some might pronounce this Markab. A white star of the wing of the winged horse, Alpha Pegasi, a Pegasi abbreviated Alpha Peg, a Peg, formerly named Markab or Markab, is the third brightest star in the constellation of Pegasus and one of the four stars in the asterism known as the Great Square of Pegasus. Markab is one of the four bright stars that form the Great Square Pegasus, an asterium that takes up much of the eastern portion of the Pegasus constellation. The other three stars that mark the vertices are the Great Square of the Great Square are the Algenib or Algenib, Gamma Pegasi in parentheses, the Shit, also named as Beta Pegasi, and no, I'm not talking about crap. It's spelled Scheat. Shate, but in layman terms, it sounds exactly about around the same as, well, you know, feces. And there's also the Alpha Rats, the Alpha Andromedae. The astrium outlines the body of the celestial winged horse and is very useful in finding a number of other stars and deep sky objects. The liberation of the Markab was the major celebratory event from restoring Lyran organic matrices that led the cosmic Crystal Sophia hyogamic union of Metatron and Meritaten, which culminated in the Machu Picchu during the electrical peak cycle earlier this year. This triple masculine, I don't know when this was updated, so don't take this year as straightforward as in particularly 2025. This triple masculine cosmic Christos Metatron template is connected to the return of cosmic white sun and cosmic pink sun sacred marriage in Lyran constellation that further migrated into Pegasus via the hosting of the cosmic Elohai Father Merlions. The cosmic Holy Father sun stars began weaving into the macabre in the Pegasus constellation, which brought on explosive intergalactic conflicts when confronting assorted time-space distortions coming from these black mirror networks powered by the black hole sun. Get this. The Great Square of Pegasus as throne rooms. Guardians have focused attention to the Great Square of Pegasus on all stars which have specific functions for the Founder throne rooms. The main four, holding the Elysion Crystal Cathedral Foundation, are Shiat, Alpharet's Markab, and Alganib. The Great Square of Pegasus was not only the protector of the 1111 gateways, holding the various Grail tools for the Christos founder lineages, but functioned as the main seat for the Universal Founder Solar Dragon thrones. These are the Crystalla celestial architecture required for seating the hierogamic twinned solar dragon star body. Back to the Amethyst Order. I apologize for all the smacking sounds. It's actually been placed on my heart at this time to light some sage. The third emanation of the primal sound field, which represents the third individuation of the God Source, the Amethyst Order. Part of the cosmic Trinity, threefold founder flame. The third light manifestation of the Amethyst Order are violet ray orders, comprised of the Cetacean, Avian, Pegasus people, and aquatic Brahma seated in the fourth harmonic universe on Lyra Avion through the Universal Stargate 11. We are sensitive to the pale pinks, violets, and magentas, pale pasteline colors, and dark sapphires that come through the inner hearing of sound or musical scape. The sound and musical scape is multiplied in Sha-La tones. Guardian hosts and families are synonymous with the Christos elders of Crystal Star and the Lyrian Sarayan founders, Holy Emerald Order, Gold Order, Ra Confederacy, Amethyst Order of the Ancient Master Builders, and architects that are stemming from the Master Christos Collective that protect the Law of One, which is the ascending path to and for any being to be able to ascend and evolve consciousness and exist as God, sovereign and free. GSF, I am God, I am sovereign, I am free. The trinity of the Emerald Order, Gold Order, and Amethyst Order incarnations seated in the fourth harmonic universe in the Lyran matrix are known as the Royal Houses. The Royal Houses of Lyra, or Lyra, depending on who you're talking to. Well, back in the day, I remember the name Lyriel. Is that my name today? No, but I remember. So there is this 11 to 12D fallen angelic rehabilitation going on. Because of the human tribal shield affiliation and genetic relationship to the 11th Stargate and the infiltration of the checkerboard mutation, many of the Amethyst Order have been appointed to directly rehabilitate and transit the Anunnaki hybrid fallen angelic race lines and to override their timelines that are related. The fallen 11D lines from Avalon became the fallen Seraphim and the fallen Anunnaki Elohim hybrid lines, as well as the hybridization made with fallen Draconian lines. The Amethyst Order founder, Rainbow Ray. We, as the Amethyst Order Azarites, forms are known as the Brahurama and created to repair the damaged time matrix with sound codes and serve as the interdimensional free world councils. The Brahurama Orifim were created throughout several planetary bodies which seeded aquatic life forms in which Orifim cetaceans would serve as guardians in the oceans to receive Amethyst Order founder Rainbow Ray current transmissions. Oh my gosh, I can feel it coursing. Oh my goodness. Yes. Throughout several planetary bodies. Ooh. There are also the Amethyst Dragon Kings hosting a pale magenta violet vertical pillar as support for the Cosmic Holy Father principle within the multidimensional layers of the Albion light body. Amethyst Order hosted kingship arcs were anchored, which brought the next stage of corrected solar masculine Christ and solar feminine Christ principle through Newgrange, Ireland, which is a mother arc Stargate. The 15-15-15 rod code pattern is in the organic Christos alignment of the solar masculine Christos rod architecture from the Ra God world creation of the Amethyst Order, Violet Flame Yanas and Ramyanas. Okay, it's been placed on my heart to bring more attention to the pink diamond Elohai. These gorgeous pastel rays of pinks, lilac, and periwinkles are the organic consciousness of the newly formed Metatron Sun, gifted from out of the Cosmic Father Pink Diamond Elohai. Merging with the Cosmic Mother's White Diamond Elohai Sun. The Diamond Sun, sound familiar? I'll be speaking a lot more on that because that's where all of us originate, including the fallen. So at one point in time, Metatron was a good guy, so to speak, with his counterpart, Mary Tatan, awakening to embody the sequences of the Christos Sophia solar dragon aspects into direct unification with their cosmic holy parents of the Emerald and Amethyst order and return their organic Christos Sophia consciousness to the earth. The White Queen and the Red King. That sounds like a story for another time. Because this one's already getting pretty long. So, let's just touch a bit on the liberation of the Pegasus constellation that is currently being ignored. Right after a mirroring number of 4114, let's talk about it. The Amethyst Order, Solar, Rishik, Braha, Rama, aquatic races are parents to the Violet Flame, Azurite Ascended Masters. Instrumental in ongoing negotiations and meetings with assorted fallen species, as well as instigating genetic healing strategies while carrying out the Emerald Covenant. Alright. In the highest realms of God worlds, this configuration is downstepping from the cosmic Elohai Mother and her white diamond son being fully merged with the cosmic Father Elohai and his pink diamond son, which birthed another Christos offspring through organic black rainbow crystalline sun stars. We're discussing the white diamond solar queen and the pink diamond solar king reuniting. The black diamond rainbow crystals and dark matter suns started to appear a few years ago with the starry night dark firmament architecture and recently appeared to generate a dark sun halo or fluffy black coronas which surround the inner sun stars of the cosmic Elohai lineages, which is overall a sacred marriage in Lyran constellation that further migrated into Pegasus via the hosting of the cosmic Elohai Father Merlions. Ooh. So, now we're going to reference a trigger event. Around the Iron Age Christos Sophia Christ mission. Jesus Christ mission. Sirius B Christos mission to repair Giza and Stonehenge Stargate timeline repair grid work to prepare for the Ascension timeline and reclamation of the Christos Diamond Sun body in, well, it was supposed to be 2012. Moving along. I'm bringing this up to mention Guardian. The Guardian we know as Jesus Christ or Yeshua, and an anointed cosmic Christos serving the reclamation of the Christos mission as an eternal Christos solar dragon king or cosmic dragon star human that is originally from the 7 higher heavens of the Andromedan galaxy. Their image and personal history are one of the most hotly contested topics in religious study. The invading races of the NAA are Antichrist enemies, and all those of Yeshua and all those on the Christos mission. They have falsified his persona through untold amounts of holographic inserts and AI timelines that have been implanted in the earth to confuse humanity about true origins and purpose. Christ is a Syrian blue human from the future that came to change the third dimensional timelines and bring the Essenes, Christos, Templars, and the law of one ascension knowledge and its consciousness technology back to planet Earth. This mission, in response to the DNA damage the planet and humanity had most recently suffered after the Luciferian rebellion, and then thereafter the Sumerian Egypt invasion, which was the final destruction of the mother staff principle in the earth core, and the beginning of the end of patriarchy. This group mission under the direction of the High Lyran Sarian Council was to work with the future Earth 5D Tara multidimensional Templar crew called the Azarites. Organized by the Rock Confederacy, repairing the planetary architecture, soul retrievals from the Lemurian Holocaust and Atlantean Cataclysm, preparing the ley lines, planet grid network, and planetary gates to help align for the ending ascension cycle. Okay, I'm getting out of this. Just know that this guardian came to the earth plane with his genetic equal wife, Mary Magdalene Sophia, holding the staff, and with a large Syrian ground crew. Underground portals were used for Egypt, Melchizedek initiations for ascension out of stargates, as well as in Amarna and Akhenaten had left information for them in the area. The Amarna portal was ascended or access to hide Law of One and Guardian founder racist technology in Ireland and the United Kingdom. The mission was partially successful. They could not recover the Blu-ray staff and Mother Principal Force for the Earth core. The 5D Blue Flame staff alignment was destroyed in the Stonehenge DNA fire letters code scrambling. That was a result of the Sumerian Egypt invasion. Yeshua was not crucified and ascended out with Guardian support. This group was partially successful in their mission, and many other Christos consciousness family have been on the earth since then to prepare for the return of the crystal star on the earth. The crystal star returned with a planetary hosting change, and this is where we're guided to go on about the ages of humanity. And the Orion Dracos retaliation. But I'm feeling guided to stop there. And because there's so much depth to this topic, again, this is part of the reason why it's becoming a mini-series. This one is going to be session 1 of so I'm trying to brainstorm how to refer to this particular series. So we will just call this the Reclamation of Christos Mission. Get to Know Me series. Yep, that's what we're going with. So there are patriarchal lines descended from the ancient Magi bloodlines of the human known as Guardian Yeshua or Christos, or also called the House of David, descendants of King Solomon. The House of David rises again, guided by the crystal star to rehabilitate and unite all of the king's lines of lineage and bloodlines in order to bring divine grace and holiness back into the males, transforming them from the false king of tyranny to the benevolent kings. Okay, I'm stopping there. It's entirely too much. So we're just going to go back to the Elohi follow Mer lineages, father Mer lineages, the Mer lions. Fun. Okay, and we'll get back into this whole get to know each other discussion another day. Until then, we had 5225 on the timer as I looked up, so that is going to be a wonderful angel number to end this discussion with. A reminder that our decisions affect our external environment. To be more mindful. Weigh the pros and cons. Strengths and weaknesses, things we can improve and improve. To know our limitations. We have to know our limitations before we can defy them, right? There's nothing that we cannot achieve in love and peace. Thus, we're being guided to continue working to improve the negative areas in our lives and work on either course correcting or course directing perceptions So basically being guided to take the middle path. Okay. We are human, being guided to find a way to mitigate the best way to avoid conflicts. If we're under pressure of any conflict, we have divine protection. And amongst any bust of anger, the angels, ascended masters, and other higher selves will guide us to calmness or otherwise keep us calm. Beautiful. Being guided to be optimistic even under pressure. Admitting that failure and seeking forgiveness is extremely hard. Considered working on transcending the ego, the false self. Forgive yourself for those times and rise above it. Realize that sometimes it will take time to forgive others. Be bold enough to forgive even when the other person doesn't even apologize. Forgiveness gives you peace of heart and reduces stress. Disclaimer alert, not a doctor, not a diagnosis, not a prescription, not a prognosis. Some people will never apologize for anything and never waste your energy trying to figure out why they keep hurting you. Keep forgiving them as that is their nature. We're being guided to keep peace in our heart and make that our top priority. Have patience with others. Keep learning about others. And only with the benevolent goal of minimizing conflicts, maintaining humility, leading in humility, and becoming more contagious with our peaceful character. As we continue to choose more wisely, the results will continue to be more pleasant. Being guided to open our hearts to being brave in making the right decisions. This path leading to choosing peace over conflict. Interestingly enough, that angel number pairs very well with that bit of sharing I was doing pertaining to lineage. And I'm changing my mind about the title of this series. Well, I will decide on a name after I draw this to a close, and this is it. This is what I have. If you made it this far, you are a rock star, and thank you so very much for tuning in. There will be more in this Get to Know Me mini-series. With much gratitude and appreciation from my heart chakra to yours. Brightest of blessings.